I would always be deathly afraid, and I mean, I still get really nervous when I'm about to go on stage.
Yeah.
But there's something about the feedback when you do something well on stage and people respond. And for me in particular, humor, like the nice thing about humor is that you know when you're doing it right because you get a laugh in return.
An immediate response.
Yeah, so you know, like, I hit the mark.
Yeah.
And so if I'm not doing it and, you know, I don't get a laugh, then I know I messed up and I'm trying to get that laugh. But that laugh is so addicting.
Yeah.
It's such a rush to be on stage and people like what you're doing.
Yeah.
So it's weird because, like, maybe it's a focus thing that, like, I get very focused on something. That maybe it was when I'm not on stage, all I'm focused on is people's critique of what I'm doing. But then when I'm on stage, I've got to do the thing that I'm supposed to do on stage, so I get focused on the thing, and then I forget about the other stuff. It's very weird. I've never really been able to understand why when I was a kid, I'd be so self-conscious and then so big and open on stage.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would always get that feedback, and, like, that was addicting.
Yeah.
And, nowadays, it's a thing where when I was in college, I was doing casting for my friend's film. And so I was the casting director. I was putting out the submission online or open call for submissions. And all these young actors who are trying to be in some student films to get their resume built up. That's generally, you know, how actors get their start. Is they'll do free jobs or low-paying things or student projects. And so all these young actors who are just trying to get their start wanted to audition for this project. And so I'm reading with them, and I'm experienced, so I've done a lot of acting coaching and classes and just doing acting and all that kind of stuff. So I'm helping them out, and all I want to see is, like, a really good performance. I want this film to be good, even though it's not my own film. I just want to see somebody knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
So this one guy comes in, and he starts doing it, and he's really, you can tell he's just all tight, and he's really nervous, and so he starts reading, and he gets about 3 lines in, and he stops himself. He says, "Hey, can I start this over? I'm just not right. Can I start it again?"
Yeah.
Of course. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. Go ahead. Take your time. So he turns around, and mind you, we're in a classroom, so it's just
you
us.
and him?
Yeah. Everybody's waiting in the hall, and then the one person comes to the classroom and reads with us with the door closed. So it's me, the director, and his producer. And then and the director and the producer just sitting off to the side to watch and see the performances. And then I was helping them out by saying who I thought was a good actor and who would work well and all. So it's just me and the actor reading back and forth. I read, they read. He turns around in this small room, and he gets in the corner, and he's just like, "You idiot, and he starts hitting himself. Like, like smacking himself in the head.
I hope this guy gets the part.
And he's like screaming, but inward scream. Like, he's not out loud. He's
I hate myself.
Yeah, and, like, everyone can hear this. Everyone hears this.
No, this is helping his chances.
Yeah.
I hope you guys casted this guy.
Unfortunately.
was it for a psychopath?
Unfortunately, we had to pass.
Yeah.
But it was so interesting to me to see that happen, and, like, to see that freak out. I've got some stories about auditions that have gone very horribly wrong that, like, haunted me for years. Like, it was so embarrassing that, like, destroyed me on the inside about how bad the auditions were.
Really? Were they really that bad, you think? Or did you...
I had one where I literally, like... Yeah, I had a very bad experience.
What was it?
I don't know if I want to tell that story, but...
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was just... Maybe another time.
I mean, like, what's the worst that could happen? You forget the lines, you pass out,
well, that's the thing, is what's the worst that
pants.
can happen? Exactly.
Yeah.
But to the person who's going through it, it's everything.
Yeah.
And so I watched this guy, and I'm thinking, you know, I've had moments like him where I freaked out and I beat the hell out of myself, and I got just really depressed and dark about it. And I'm seeing him do that, but now I'm getting this amazing experience that's so eye-opening to be the casting director. I've never been the casting director. I've always been the actor wanting the job. And now this time I'm
different lens.
Yeah, and you know, a casting director is a person whose their career is to read actors. So it's not like their film. They're always reading somebody else's film. So what they're looking for is, I just want somebody good, and they don't want to see a bad audition. It's honestly, like,
it's uncomfortable
boring
for them too.
Well, it's boring. You spend your whole day reading actors to just see a bad audition, and a bad audition. It's not fun. It sucks. So you want to see, like, man, you want to find that diamond in the rough. You want to see somebody who kills it. And so I wanted this kid to do really well. I genuinely did. And then he came in, he got all in his head.
Starts beating the heck out of himself.
Had this like meltdown, and then it was just like, it was so eye-opening to me to realize like the other people who watch you perform, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, they want you to be good.
Yeah.
They don't want you to be bad. Even when when people, I think people focus on this idea of like hecklers at a comedy club, and think that everybody out there wants you to lose, and when you're on stage, it's just the devil horns at you, and it's totally not that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to see the best thing they've ever seen because it's way more fun.
Yeah.
And that really stood out to me, and ever since then, I had this like epiphany where I just am having a good time, and because I know that there's people supporting me around me, all of a sudden that pressure is off and it can feel more loose, and it's just more freeing and everything. And so I've really taken that to heart.